Hey everybody, this is Chozen bringing you another audio commentary for Starcraft 2 Beta. Today my opponent is going to be SLog, who is slightly favored in playing Zerg. He spawns in the south and I spawn on the north on Steps of War. An interesting battle is going to happen a little bit later. I'll discuss that when it comes, but for now I'm just going to go over the cookie cutter build that I'm doing versus Zerg because I am expecting a fast expansion, and this is pretty common with Zerg that they just go straight for that fast expansion, and really want to just take advantage of gaining those extra minerals and putting the pressure on their opponent. As you can see, this overlord here is just pretty much getting the view of my base, making sure he knows what I'm doing. He's pretty much seeing my cookie cutter build here. My first barracks has a reactor attached to it because I do want to produce more marines. As you can see, he's bringing this other overlord right around to the back of where my expansion would be, just to make sure that I'm not doing anything fishy. I'm not trying to fast expand as well, and if I was to fast expand, he would easily take advantage of that with a couple of Zerg rushes and might be able to hinder me that way. So that's pretty much what this Overlord is here for. He's also going to be giving vision to the map for my opponent, and just pretty much a basic scout. Two good positions for scouts here for the Zerg. As you can see, just following through with my build, gonna bring some Marauders into the picture, see if I can research Stimpack. This factory is being built as fast as possible. I have my orbital command going here. Gonna go to my opponent's base where he has 6 roaches here. 5. Okay, there's the 6th one. I knew it was 6. They're gonna come into my base here and try to make an attack, and I actually make a careless move of letting them in my base, and it turns out to play in my favor as he's trying to make an attack on a very far base with very limited forces here, and he's going to move right into my force. I was moving out just at the same time as he was. He micros this unit very well, forces my units to switch target. I'm moving back here, realizing I'm not going to be able to win this war. I need to get deeper in my base. I want him to get in my base, and he's in my base right now, and I'm just fighting this off, focus firing any weak units just to push this Zerg attack back. And as you can see, these Marines are going to be popping out, these Hellions and Marauders all just pumping away, and I'm able to chase him down here and push him out of my base. I really took no damage other than the loss of my own units with his units, but as you can see, this Hellion's going to chase him. He fights this Hellion thinking that he can win, and I pull him back a little bit, push some Marines to reinforce the Hellion, and I'm able to get another free roach kill right there, and that's pretty much that. So I say to myself, I really want to capitalize after this. I think he made a push that was just a little overextended, couldn't do much there, and as you can see, I'm bringing in reinforcements right to the middle of the map just in case he decides to send any scouts or try to do any tricky rush or tactic that I'm unaware of, and I just keep him in the middle so I have sight over the middle of the map. I'm going to send these Hellions in, and I realize that he's building some spine crawlers here and that I won't be able to deal with this situation. These spine crawlers pop up. That Roach gets away with just 1 HP. Just 1 HP he gets away with, and I'm unable to finish that kill, and he's just going to begin regenerating eventually over time, and these spine crawlers really hindering me and not allowing me to do much. Back to my base here, I'm just pretty much stacking up Hellions. I know that there's a lot of roaches. I know that he might be producing some Zerglings. Welcome back to part 2 of Chozen vs SLog on Steps of War, Zerg vs Terran. As you can see, I'm just pretty much massing my units here, building up a nice defense position so that I can make an expansion and hopefully counter his expansion. And that's really the only thing you can do against Zerg if they fast expand and you are unable to kill or successfully make it into their base and do some damage. It's really the only way to counter an expansion is to make one of your own. And as you can see, I do make this here. I really don't realize this Overlord is watching what's going on, and as you can see, he spots that he's a little too close. He moves him away. He doesn't want him to know that he's there. I really didn't see him. He just pretty much stayed maximum range almost the entire time, and I just wasn't looking there. But I do have a nice massive units here. This Overlord still has a nice view of the board, at least on my side, And as you can see, he's going to make his approach in here with these Zergs, and it's not going to be too effective against 5 or 6 Hellions here. 4 could have done the job, but just 5 or 6 is overkill here, and he's going to attack with these Zerglings, and they're just going to get instantly evaporated. He makes a crucial mistake by pushing into my base, thinking those Zerglings were going to be effective, and they just literally got incinerated by those 5 or 6 Hellions. And as you can see, I'm moving into his base here. I have Stimpack researched, and I only used 1 Stimpack burst there, so I wouldn't waste all of my unit's life. And there you see another Stimpack burst being used to destroy these spine crawlers. I'm using that very effectively and only choosing to use it when I want to focus fire a unit down or I want to do some type of harassment. As you can see, I'm going for the hatchery here. I don't want him to be able to outmass me with 9 larvas spawning at once pretty much, and it's going to be very difficult with that hatchery up. So as you can see, my opponent makes Mutalisk, and he does gain the advantage here. I'm forced to run away. I'm pushing back with everything I have here. Not much I can do. He's going to get all these free kills one by one. And you can see to the north a little bit from his expansion that he is building another expansion. So my opponent essentially has 2 expansions and 1 main base still going, as opposed to my one main base and my expansion that has no resources being collected at the moment. And as you can see, these Mutalisk are attacking this command center, and really I'm just trying to buy some time. I really want these Vikings to just spawn already, and 3 Marines with Stimpack and Vikings go after these Mutalisk, and as you can see, they just killed 2 right there. These Zerglings are going to try to do some damage. I'm going to bring in my Hellions here soon. I just want to focus down any type of Mutalisk that I can. I give them that command center just to buy myself some time so that I can actually gather some Vikings and become somewhat effective here. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward it just a little bit. Actually, I'll wait, because I believe he sticks around here for a little bit. And I actually give him another command center here, not paying attention, thinking that he did run away. I actually give him another command center. I move my army a little bit closer now to say, hey, I'm not going to take this harassment anymore. He falls back a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this replay just a bit, just so we can speed this up. As you can see, I'm just pretty much searching around, making sure there's nothing there. And there's going to be a big battle that's going to go right out in front of this expansion here. He's trying to defend with Zerglings. Why he didn't produce more roaches is beyond me. He's going to get really run over with my Hellions from these Zerglings here, and I have air superiority with these Vikings, and giving up that command center bought me the time that I really needed to mass the air defense that I wanted. I'm not too worried about any type of ground units here because I have a nice pack of Marines protecting my Hellions, Vikings hovering directly over them and covering all types of air, and as you can see, I'm pretty much just massing everything to this point at this moment, and there's really nothing he can do. I'm focusing down those overlords to make sure that he cannot produce any more units. I'm going to bring up the resources page here, and as you can see, he is 46 out of 64, and those overlords, I think I killed 3 here, did some significant damage there. He's going to bring in these Mutalisks and to no advantage here because these Marines are just stimmed up, protected by the Hellions. 6 Vikings here just ready to attack, and there's really not much for him to do here except call it good game. And I hope you guys enjoyed this replay. It goes to show that although your Zerg opponent expands, focusing on overlords with Vikings, making sure you apply consistent pressure, and always exchanging led me to win this battle. He did choose to pick some fights that were not in his favor and really went my way as opposed to his way. So overextending his army, maybe expanding a little too much too fast, cost him in this game, and I hope you guys enjoyed, as there was a little bit of back and forth battle, but I did manage to win this game with only 1 command center and my main base and minerals, and no expansion at all versus my opponent who had his main base and 2 additional expansions. So I hope you guys enjoyed, maybe picked up a few tips, but leave me some feedback. I appreciate all the views and all you guys watching. Thanks, and hopefully more videos to come.